face off. You got Kamindu Mendis if you need him. Prasanna Singh. Just let him go and be free. But that's the only way that they can really get off to end up. Is on worry about
Commentary box. Time for a break. When we picking the brains of Mickey Arthur.
The only way that really get end up.
Partner Content Eye Asia.
ඔබට මගහැරුණු සියලු වැඩසටහන් වෙලාවට නරඹන්න
Top 2020 Official Webcasting Partner Content Eye
ඔබ මේ රැඳී PI සමගින්
Welcome back. It's going to be 1 versus 4 in this, the second game. So 4 points played, 2-1-2, 4 points. He's going down in that last game early today. 3 they played and have won 2 and lost 1. 4 points, and also up the rear. So there's a look at the table as it stands. To play as well. Right, Mickey. What are your thoughts about this game? What are you what are you looking to see?
I'm quite excited, Hazy. I think they've been out very well organised. Really good players in that outfit. They look Kandy, Tuskers, mojo last night. Mendes starting, so I reckon it's going to be a very good game tonight.
And I think I know how you're thinking game of cricket. I mean, most coaches and captains have this. The star of that was Tassara Pereira. He was magnificent with his 7-4. I've seen at superb.
To his strengths and waited for them to overpitch.
Usman Shinwari was, I thought, terrific with the ball.
He skids it on. He's a little bit quicker than you think. Has a good bouncer. Bowls wicket to wicket. He's the full package in these conditions.
Now, if we can, I think we're all a big rat for him. I mean, 49 yesterday. He looks so fluent, and he's got that injury, but doesn't seem to have hampered him at all.
No, it hasn't. You know, I started to think, and this is with respect to all our other batsmen, but he on talent alone is our best batsman here in Sri Lanka. The way he picks length, his hands, the positions he makes, his tempo at the crease, the way he runs between the wickets, everything just says champion player. It's up to myself and Grant Flower, the Sri Lankan batting coach, to make him turn those numbers into numbers that are pretty serious in terms of international cricket. He should be averaging in the top 40s in all forms.
It's fair to say he should be scoring more runs, right, with the talent he's got.
He should be. He knows that, and I've got a feeling that graph is going to continually go upwards from here.
Now, a change yesterday was also the addition of Brendan Taylor, who picked up the Man of the Match award. He swept early. That was the shot he played. He could have brought out a broom, actually, when he first arrived.
He could have, and that's his go-to shot. He plays very, very well in these conditions. Sweep, reverse sweep. He's got the whole package. He's a very, very good player and has added another dimension to the Kandy Tuskers batting. If you think of Gurbaz, Kusal Janeth Pereira, Kusal Mendes, and then Brendan Taylor, that's a pretty steady top four.
How different do you expect this track to be from yesterday?
I think it's going to be a little bit slower. It's a second game. On the evidence of game one, you would probably say that's true. I think the ball might just stick just a little bit more. I think it's going to be slightly lower scores than we've seen.
One thing that was pleasing for the Tuskers also was to see after a couple of ordinary games, actually, the good fight back from the bowling unit.
Yeah, I thought the bowling unit was great, and it's often understated. I thought Nuwan Pradeep at the death, his execution of his Yorkers were really good. Sometimes his figures don't give you a good all-round picture, but I thought his execution was very.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
More about Naveen ul Haq. Let's hear what he's got to say.
A feisty character, Naveen ul Haq. Great game yesterday for the Kandy Tuskers.
Yeah, it was a good game. We had been losing two close games. It was a must-win game for us to get the confidence back and get the first points on the table for Kandy.
And aggression, that seems to be your way with the bowling and your body language. Does that really help you?
Yeah, I think every fast bowler needs to have that aggression in themselves. That can help them in their bowling and in their focus. This is the main thing for me.
Even aggression against other fast bowlers like we saw yesterday?
Yeah, sometimes in the heat of the moment these things happen in the field.
But then the senior player, Shahid Afridi, he put an arm around your shoulder. Anything you can tell us about the advice that came from him?
Yeah, he basically said what was going through there. So I said it was from both sides, not only from my side. Then he was saying it can be on the field, but just take it off when the match is over. I said, yeah, it's cool with us.
It was good to watch though, but what has been good to watch is how you've improved through the tournament. Can you tell us how you've been settling in?
Well, yeah, since I came here, I didn't had much practice, these COVID things and this restriction thing. So the first two games I was assessing the pitch and the condition. Then I got an idea to where to bowl, what should be my strength and what should be my go-to deliveries. So basically on that, I have changed my plans through the tournament.
Quick turnaround, back-to-back games. What can we expect from the Kandy Tuskers in the game coming up?
Well, yeah, all the momentum is with us, and inshallah we will do our best and keep the momentum, and hopefully we can win some games back-to-back.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he made a real difference things yesterday, and it's nice it's comforting to have someone at the death that a captain can trust.
Yeah, I think he hit the bat hard. He executed quite well. Him and Nuwan Pradeep bowled particularly well in tandem at the back end. He did a hell of a job for them.
So just touching on the aggression side of things, and I'm glad we got the explanation as well as to what was happening with he and Afridi as well. But your view as coach of Sri Lanka, I mean, what is your view about the aggression in the middle?
Oh, look, I think it's all about body language, and I think it's about projecting a body language that we're not going to get trampled over. We're here to do our job, and we're going to do our job well. I don't like it when it starts getting to the verbals and starts getting into personal stuff. I don't think that's got any place on a cricket field. But certainly the aggression and the little bit of niggle, that's perfect. I enjoy seeing that because I think it just adds to the game and adds to the performance of the cricketers.
Okay. All right, there you go. Thanks, Mickey. Thanks very much for your views. One thing that, of course, the Stallions are going to have to work on a little bit. They've had a couple of 90s so far in this tournament, so some of the other batsmen are going to have to get stuck in and assist the likes of Pereira and also Visca Fernando. Time for a break. When we come back, we've got live action.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
ඔබට මගහැරණු සියලු වැඩසටහන් පහසු වෙලාවට නරඹන්න TVI Newsයි අපගේ YouTube නාලිකා දෙකම අමතක නොකර දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න.
රැඳී සිටින්නේ TVI සමගින් රැඳී සිටින්න අපත් සමගම
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia. Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia. Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia. Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Win together.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Stadium in Hambantota. It is the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. A big game, Jaffna Stallions riding the crest of the wave, and Kandy Tuskers, they've got off the mark. At the toss, Jaffna Stallions winning the toss, and they just decided to bat first. They were pretty unanimous about it. And looking at the two teams, well, this is first Jaffna Stallions, full of international experience with Lakmal coming in for Binro Fernando, while the Kandy Tuskers, they're going in with an unchanged team again. Look at the star-studded lineup. All of them have played there for their respective country. Well, the two umpires, Asanga Surya and Bragit Rabukwella. going through the formalities, just making sure that they are well sanitized. And off they come to the middle. Well, it's been a magnificent My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League so far. We've had some outstanding cricket, some brilliant batting, and also today we did see some quality spin bowling too. Right, I got two very, very important gentlemen seated next to me, Darren Ganga and Mickey Arthur. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you, Roshan, and to everyone looking on. We had a very interesting first game. First of a double head of matches coming to you. And you mentioned the spinners dominating. Nabula Viking spinners picking up 7 wickets against Colombo Kings. And normally, so to speak, from what we've seen in previous matches, maybe this team as well taking a little bit of inspiration. The Jaffna Stallions from what transpired there. Nabula Viking winning the toss, electing to bat first. Here again, Jaffna Stallions winning the toss, electing to bat first. Something we've rarely seen in this tournament. Batting teams going on to win matches.
And also, well, we've given the stat that the team that won the toss didn't win. The first game was a tie, a super over, but I think the hoodoo was broken.
Yeah, I think so. And I think in these conditions where the wicket just slows up just a little bit, spin coming more into the game, it's beneficial to have runs on the board because you can build the pressure. And we certainly saw that in the first game where Dambula Viking used their spinners particularly well. I'm excited to see our Kandy Tuskers back up here because I think they found their mojo yesterday.
Yeah, the other thing is if you look at the two sides, it tells you how balanced they are. They're able to cope with any condition. They got good seam, batting, plenty of spin bowling options from both sides. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting contest. Jaffna Stallions, obviously, the stronger of the two teams coming into this, considering the way on the back of what they're coming in. They won games. Pereira has been in outstanding form. On the other hand, Kandy Tuskers have been a bit unfortunate. And finally getting over the line. Vinod Banuka, fledgling carrier for this young player coming through from Kurunagala. And Munaf Patel, plenty of experience there.
The other thing I'd like to say about the Jaffna Stallions team, when I look at teams in T20 tournaments, you look to see teams, and if they are adept at batting first, posting good totals, and also chasing, which is an important part of any T20 team. If you have ambitions of lifting a title, you don't want to be one-dimensional. When you look at the previous two matches played by the Jaffna Stallions, they chased in that first game, got to 176 and won against Gaul, and then they batted first and won as well. So versatility, character, experience, so crucial, essential ingredients in any T20 side.
I'm also really looking forward to see how Ivishka Fernando backs up. Excellent in game one, missed out yesterday. Hopefully he's got something for us tonight.
Munaf Patel starting off with a wide down the leg side. Not the best start. He'll want to be nicely loose. Don't forget someone who hasn't played recently, playing in this My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League.
Got an early wicket the last time he bowled. Caught short fine leg. Some would say a freebie, but a wicket nonetheless. Early wickets, priceless in T20 cricket.
Yes, it is hitting a good length there. And for the Kandy Tuskers, we know Dale Staines in the country. He sees in quarantine in the hotel, so he will be a massive addition to this Kandy Tuskers attack.
Well, Kandy Tuskers was one team in that first match that really lacked that depth in bowling, and as you said, Munaf Patel's experience, Dale Steyn coming in, it will just make this tournament that much better. First runs off the bat. Avishka Fernando is on the way.
Of course, it's the inaugural My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League, and Mikiata, I'd like you to put your coaching cap on. What I've seen is an analyst aligned with one of the franchise team here at the venue. I'm not sure if it's consistent across all of the 5 franchise teams, because I think in T20 cricket, analytics are so crucial in terms of guiding decision making, in terms of strategies, in terms of matchups. Those are the things that coaches and players and captains, they rely on those things to help them have winning outcomes on the field.
Oh, that's not good fielding. This has been one area that we've seen, maybe with the exception today with Dabula Viking, generally we found the fielding a little bit below par.
It has been below par, and that's been disappointing. I think, without wanting to make any excuses, the guys were wrapped up in quarantine and hadn't played for a period of time. I expect it to get better and better. Just to go back to your point, Darren, it's a really good point. And I think in white ball cricket, the analyst is becoming such an important part of your management team now, in terms of matchup selections, etc. As we see Munaf Patel hitting a good length there. It's something that any team needs to have, because you might not want to be filtering all that information to your players, but in that information, if you find 1 or 2 little gold nuggets, then it couldn't be the difference in terms of your selection or your matchups in terms of getting you a positive result. We've just employed a guy in our brain center, Prad, who's top draw, and our analytics has gone to another level now.
Goes again, goes past the outside edge. It's a good length that he's bowling, just back of a length, not really letting the left-hander move forward, and he's also getting that movement away from the left-hander.
And just for those of you who might not be familiar with cricket analytics and what we're talking about, obviously there's a large amount of data from previous matches that is filtered in a certain way that provides a lot of information for coaches, for captains. You can tell which bowlers have dominated which batsmen and vice versa.
It's a good start for Munaf Patel, just 4 runs off the over. Look at the teams, the depth they carry, the all-rounders, the bowling options. Simply magnificent. And what the international players, the foreign players have done, they've added so much flavour. And take a look at the dimensions of the ground, and that's the drone that's giving you all those details. It's a 70-yard boundary. Dilruan Pereira starting off.
Dilruan Pereira was exceptionally good against yesterday. Oh, look at that drone. The drone's doing a great job. They're the boundary dimensions. Avishka Fernando will know those dimensions. He'll know where the shorter boundary is. But what a shot from our drone. Just in terms of analytics, they would know that Avishka just likes the ball coming on early, so they would know his strike rates against spin versus strike rates against pace. Hence, Dilruan Pereira coming on and bowling the first over to Avishka, and that for the people out there is what you call a matchup.
It's magnificent, isn't it? I mean, they'll know the type of bowlers that Avishka would get out to, or wouldn't score runs, or would bowl dot balls. Simply magnificent. That is just marvelous for planning, for coaches, for players to develop.
Roshan, it's a guide. Doesn't necessarily mean what happened in the past will happen today. And captains, they use it as a guide because many times as a captain in T20 cricket, you got to go with your gut instinct. You may have plans, but you see conditions that are different. You've got to apply different approaches.
It's always the case, isn't it? You get historical data in anything you do. You look at the past, you look at history, and then you decide, then you map your strategy. And as you say, yeah, it's just a guide and you just use it. Down the track, it's dangerous to do that. Milinder Sirivardhana found that out yesterday. But it is a boundary. It's a mile 11 circle champion shot from the left-hander.
Very good shot that from Manu Banuka. Down the wicket, hit it with the spin, weight through the ball, hands through the ball, very well executed. And you talk about matchups again, they would be thinking as a partnership. We want Manu Banuka facing Duran Pereira because with the ball just slightly deviating away, it'll be easier for him to free up his major scoring area, which is over extra cover.
Playing to his strengths, while sometimes your strength could become your weakness. We saw Duran Pereira do that in the last match. Invite and entice the boundary and the use of the feet, and then pulled it back a bit and imparted a little more turn on the ball.
So 2 overs bowled, it's 9 without loss. Patel continues. The strategy of the Tuskers were to try and bowl him through. He just bowled one spell and those were 3 overs. He didn't come back. So just making sure that you get the best out of him in that power play using his experience. And then it was up to the spinners to try and strangle. So short fine leg, short third man. It's mid-wicket and backward square leg. Those are the 2 fielders that are outside the 30-yard circle.
Easy single. We're all enjoying the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League, and many of you may be thinking, what is the My 11 Circle about? Well, it's an app where you can make your fantasy cricket team and play with real champion cricketers. All you need to do is download the app from www.my11circle.com and start playing on the app, making your team with players you think will get maximum points. So there you go, play with champions, play and win.
He's been on the money. Patel.
Roshan, we've been talking about the impact of spinners in the earlier game. That is something that will be uppermost in the minds of both captains. How to integrate the spinners with the incentive of fast bowlers using a new ball, extracting whatever lateral movement there is on offer. We saw a little bit of swing in that first game as well because of the overcast conditions.
Yeah, and I think just going back to that point, Darren, it's on the wickets, when the first couple of days were incredibly flat, the only weapon that the bowler had was his change of pace. Oh, there we see that fantastic trophy. Wonder who's going to be holding that on the 16th. But that was the only weapon that the bowler had. Now we're seeing a little bit of spin, a little bit of tackiness coming into the pitch. I think they're making for better games.
first run hard. So a couple just squeezing it into the gap at mid-wicket.
Well, if you missed the action in the first game, 7 wickets going to Dambulla Vikings, 2 to Samit Patel. He was quite good with the new ball, bowled in the power play overs. 2 wickets to Pushpa Kumara. 2 wickets to Taranga as well, and a wicket to Colombege.
See, one of the thing about the surface today, the fact that we hardly had any sunshine. And we speak about the surfaces having to be maintained and watered in the night, expecting the sun to come out and dry. So that has also been a bit of an issue when it came to today's game, simply because it's been pretty gloomy. So had the sun been out, the moisture would have been nicely dried out, so it would have looked different. It's a no ball, and they're running on it, and a direct hit. Direct hit. The umpire will inquire for sure. Pragit Ramukwella. Yes, he's gone upstairs.
This is going to be quite tight, I think. He didn't run in a straight line, Ivishka. Oh, he's out. If he had run in a straight line straight down the wicket, he would have got in. That's a big wicket for the Kandy Tuskers. There he is, big screen out. Massive wicket. Ivishka Fernando, a fantastic player, one of the stars of this Jaffna Stallions outfit, run out off a no ball. Out for 3 or 5 balls, 13 for 1.
For 1, Dhananjay Silva is the new
রানিস কোটা দেখতে পাচ্ছে না কি
T20 cricket, and that you're out on.
Plenty of experience. Just a bit off the outside edge. It's 16 for 1. It's been a slow start, 16 for 1 in 4 overs. Quite contrasting to what we saw earlier on. But then, this is how the surface is. It hasn't been lending itself too much for run making. Oh my goodness. That very nearly took the leg bail.
Munaf Patel has done a very good job for his team, opening the bowling. His seam position, even when he played international cricket for India, was a highlight. Played against him a couple times in test match cricket. Always seemed to find that seam, so you'll always expect a bit of lateral movement. Pace off the ball as well. We saw on a 4th match pitch is a challenge.
And the thing is that he keeps finding that seam all the time. And tournaments like this can only be a success if you have sponsors. And Red Bull has been quite kind to come over. And besides sponsoring, it also gives you wings. Why are you guys silent?
Well touch off his legs by Jay De Silva. If I can go back to Munaf Banuka and the way he gave himself room and a very good seam presented by Munaf Patel, but he was in no position to hit a shot. Clearly the run rate got to him. He's looking to play a big shot, 18 for 1 in 4.3 overs. He's looking for a boundary. His best chance of hitting a boundary is standing still and playing good cricket shots, because when he starts moving around the crease, his head moves and he doesn't get any position to hit a boundary.
Bit of innovation there. It's gone all the way. I think the umpire will need to confirm it. Munaf Banuka needed that. He just needed to release the pressure.
Had to premeditate. I'm surprised with the lack of pace we've seen from Munaf Patel. This has gone so far. 1 bounce and should be given 4. It's a My 11 Circle champion shot because he needed a release and he got that with the boundary.
22 for 1. High standards were set in terms of the power play scores. It's tipped a bit as we go through the tournament. The contest has been a little bit more even. Finds the man at point. He'll be disappointed. He was short and wide.
Yeah, that was the ball for him to take toll of. The contest has got even, and I think that's best. I don't know what you gentlemen think, but I want to watch a game where there's something in it for the bowler as well, because I think that makes for entertaining games. Nobody wants to just watch a boundary-a-thon where the bowlers are just like bowling machines.
Once again, back to back. He'll be pretty disappointed 22 for 1.
The broadcast partners that we have watching the Lanka Premier League. All the broadcasts on the left and the regions on the right. And also we have a whole host of digital partners as well. So great to have you all on board. I'm sure that you and your subscribers, viewers, are thoroughly enjoying the Lanka Premier League.
And a good start for Kandy Tuskers, especially we have to Lord Munaf for an excellent spell yet again. It's been very
square. Sal Pereira's indicating that he is outside the line of off stump. The wicket that was lost as well, not running in straight lines. Opportunities have been there. They made it look like they're batting on a minefield.
well. That was a good delivery, the last one. It actually tipped on the batsman.
Side, but it's nicely fielded.
Pereira. Couple of balls ago. Outside the line of off stump. Yes, but he would have hit that through the offside if he had the best. He was in a good presence of mind.
I often wonder if there should be maybe a spotter in the stand for the DRS. Now, I think with the bowler, when he's following through like that, I mean, obviously his head's bouncing up and down, so it's a little bit difficult for him to get it right. And I think we've seen bowlers get it wrong so many times when they send it upstairs. And it's a spotter, I mean, someone associated with the Tuskers, for example, in this situation. Got him. Walk past that, just a little bit of turn. That is an important wicket. Going to run the strikes early.
From the last 2 games, Gunaratne has become a very difficult bowler. He keeps on changing the pace consistently. He just derived a method to surprise the batsman. On that occasion, it wasn't seam up. It was kind of an off spinner, worked well.
Yeah, he went early with Vinod Bhanuka. Marcelo Gunaratne changed the length. 15 to Bhanuka. Jaffna Stallions in trouble, 23 for 2.
Tom Moores now. His main role is with. gloves as a wicketkeeper for the Stallions, but he's a very handy batsman. 66 T20 games, strike rate of 140. We can round that up. High score of 80 not out. Up against Gunaratne with a slip as well. Soft hands off the mark.
That's the way to do it. It's not always about the big shots. There have hardly been any singles. Probably just looking for the boundaries. A little bit of turn, you'd expect that. It's a slower pitch, we all know that. You can see Minod Bankar left his crease even before Asela Gunaratne released the delivery.
Might have heard the call of two. One still wanted to, one didn't. Moore sent him back.
Moores is a risky player, and on a pitch like this, he can become very effective. But at the moment, Gunaratne has been very effective. Economical at the same time, looking very threatening.
Last ball of the power play. More good fielding, more pressure on the Stallions.